I'm watching movies and I'm reading. So you basically have to go out and find inspiration. You know, you can otherwise you can just stay with those 10, 20 people in the film industry and you're just going round and round in that small little pond which is Bollywood. But you have to start doing other things, look at other things, watch, go abroad, watch plays, watch their movies, watch shows. I read a lot, so you have to keep finding.
Did you say you drink a lot?
No, I don't drink a lot. I don't drink at all. I read a lot.
Oh, read a lot. Okay, sorry. So you also like to travel. We see a new sense of travel.
Yes. I think travel really also inspires you. It can inspire you. You see so many things that you don't see in Lokhandwala. So.
Okay. Any other lady in the center, and then the gentleman.
Hello.
First the gentleman there.
Yeah.
And then, no, first you.
Yeah.
Let him speak, then I'll come to you.
Yeah. Well, you know, I knew your father very well, Mr. Kamran.
How did you know?
Yeah.
Very
You know, he was staying in Kurla. I mean, he used to do all good movies like the stunt movies, you could say, right?
Yes.
And I've seen most of his movies, and as a kid, I used to love his movies. And I would like to tell you that his last movie, that Aisa Bhi Hota Hai.
Yeah.
What happened to it? I'm not getting the video.
That was a movie that bankrupted us.
Oh.
Aisa bhi hota hai. That's when we became poor.
Oh.
Aisa bhi hota hai.
That was very nice.
I know it was a good movie, but nobody went to see it. And that was a movie that literally riches to rags. That happened.
But this is a lovely line, you know, I know your father so well, and then you realize it through the movies, but that's the beauty. And that's how India relates.
But actually, you know, Nana and Nasir, both have grown up watching my dad's movies. And they used to love them, all those.
Both of them complain about their childhood, you do know that.
Oh my God, okay.
The lady in the center there. Sunil? Okay, it's been passed it, and then the gentleman there. Just put the mic closer to you.
You know, that's a very interesting question because...
She's asked who would she choose as a choreographer if she herself was not choreographing?
I don't know, that poor choreographer would be dead on the first day of shoot, I think. I think there are lots of good choreographers today, but the only thing is they're all good for very different kinds of songs. So I see like a Ganesh Acharya, and I love his work, and he's very good for like what you see Govinda do, or like, you know, that heart.
What, like a Bosco? What would you?
Bosco is my dancer actually, both Bosco and Caesar. They are also very good. So for a Western song, but I'm just happy that because I see so many directors, and this happens to me when I'm doing action, and that's when I realize that shit, luckily I can choreograph my own songs, at least one thing is in control, because otherwise directors are having different types of directors for different things.
Why
you lose a lot of control in that, unless they are lucky to have me. Then they are safe.
Why this lack of dialogue between classical Indian dance and mainstream Indian cinema? Why do you think we've broken down? Even though Biju Maharaj has sort of recently choreographed something for which he got some acclaim, but why this lack of dialogue?
I think, Neville, the dance will follow the music. So if you have classical music still being popular and people listening to it and wanting it in the movies, you will have to do classical dance form on that. But if your music is a Yo-Yo Honey Singh or a Badshah, you look mad if you're doing Kathak or Bharatanatyam on it. So it's that. I always feel the dance follows the music.
There's very little innovation in finding new forms.
I think Rahman, to a great extent, did a good fusion of, not full-on classical, but like good music. And so I think it all depends, because my dance will be, I can enhance the song, but finally what I get is I have to work with that.
Okay. Any other questions? Young boy there. Hello, beta.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Devansh, and the four of us are from Davis College.
Hello.
Welcome.
So, since you mentioned that your rise to fame in college was at Malhar, so
Yes.
do you also borrow from the college environment that in choreographing college songs like those in Main Hoon Na or Kuch Kuch Hota Hai? Like, have you?
Actually, Main Hoon Na earlier, when I wrote it, was based in Xavier's College because that was my college. So everything was based inside Xavier's College. Luckily, their father didn't give us permission to shoot there. Only the library sequence we have shot over there.
Even the name of the college in Kuch Kuch Hota
Xavier,
Hai was
yeah,
Xavier.
Xavier, because my college. For which after they removed me for not having attendance. But
Well, remind me, happy, 1 second, please come back, you're not going anywhere. Thriller has been downloaded? Yes?
later, let us finish.
Alright, let's come. Yes, young lady.
Yeah, one question I would like to ask, like my name is Amrita and I just want to know that like when you started your career, means like you just now said like as a mother, like you become softer and compassionate. So when you started your career and now when you have achieved so much of success, so how has it changed you as a person?
See, I'll tell you something. Lot of people meet me and they say, "Oh, you've not changed at all." You know, which in a way is a good thing. I hope they don't mean mentally I'm not advanced. But I think what happens is when you see people, including me, a lot of my, not only friends but acquaintances and colleagues, and when they get success, there is a marked change. You know, so it's a very thin line that you have to walk. If you let success go to your head, then you have to let failure go to your head also. And if you let both these things go to your head, then you're finished, because that you have to, it's very difficult, I know, but I can do it because I've seen failure at a very young age. I've seen my father go through failure. So it all depends on the kind of childhood you had, the kind of experiences you had. But a lot, if you let that change what you are and how you think and how you work, then you're not going to be a success for very long. You know?
Also remember that our greatest learning, always is our failures. What we learn in success is very, very minimal. It's based on the learnings from when things did not go according to plan.
Did it ever failures? I mean,
Of course, I would not say depressed, but a failure does affect you very badly. And I don't think there's any person here who says, I've had a failure and I'm fine, then you're completely moronic if...
That's not true. You're sitting next to one who loves, truly, without any cleverness. For me, if I did not go through 5-6 years of relative failure, I would, under no
never.
circumstances, and the joy,
True.
it is genuine joy, it is. Because you honestly don't see the difference between the success and the failure. We had great success, but understanding everything about life becomes so much more sensitive.
No, it does, but at that point when you fail, you do feel bad.
Why?
We have to still go to this level of nirvana.
There's genuine what you are, irrespective of what's happening around you. And only that keeps you focused on your work. I'm not saying that.
But you know, we are in a creative field where basically what do you want? When your movie comes out, what do you want? Or you want people to tell you what a fab movie you made, how well you acted in the movie, or how well you danced, or I love your song. We work not for the money, we work for the appreciation and for the feedback. And if someone says your last movie was shit, obviously you're going to feel bad at that time.
Alright.
But you have to understand why are they saying it was shit, and make sure you make
You learn from it.
next shit, not the same one.
Yes, young lady. Speak, the mic will come to you.
Okay. Hi, Parama. As Devansh already mentioned, we all are from Xavier's. So here's a quick question. The question is, how did you manage to pull up, say, about 31 or 33 stars for that Diwangi song in Om Shanti Om, which is supposed to be the bulk of item numbers till date. So how did you manage that?
See, because I was making a movie based on the film industry, and when I was younger, I used to see this movie called Naseem.
Naseem.
where Manmohan Desai had done it, but not with 31 stars, but that was the highlight of that movie, you know, and we used to get such a high, one by one actors are coming in, and Rajesh Khanna is coming in, and Raj Kapoor is coming in. So when I was writing Om Shanti Om, I was like, listen, this is a perfect movie to put this kind of a, and hadn't been done since Naseeb, which I think was in 81. So hadn't been done for almost 30 years. And of course, because it was me and Shah Rukh, and at that point, really everybody was friends with everybody. It was such a lovely 6 days. We had a party on set. Everybody who we called, unless they were out of town and couldn't come, but every single person that we approached said that we'll be there. And they all came, and either for the love of me or for the love of Shah Rukh, and or when they understood that it's a song like that. And I don't think it's going to happen again.
And gentleman who's back there, you need to come front here if you want a question. And the girl in the red. And then the gentleman who's coming forward. And then, is that Litu who's had the mic? My God, many years.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Surbi, and as you mentioned that after the birth of your children, you mellowed down a little and you missed that edginess you had, the aggression which made you stand out and control things around you.
You know, my mellowness is only when I'm at home now, but once I go on the set, I've realized that I am, but to get me on the set, it takes a lot now.
So do not you miss that extreme aggression that you had before the birth of your children?
Not really, and I don't know, no, I don't think I miss it as such.
Because I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think it's necessary at times to control things.
I think it's necessary in the
Aggression is
beginning,
important
yes.
for that.
It is necessary, but you also have to change yourself with the experiences that you have. If I can't act like how I used to act when I just came into movies, I used to be screaming and shouting because I was so pressured that I have to do a good job. Now I know through experiences that if shooting हो जाएगी, actor late आया है, लेकिन shooting हो जाएगी. So there's a certain experience also that comes in. But if you see me on set, I'm still screaming and shouting. Maybe not as much as I was doing 30 years ago. The pressure is not there so much.
On days when you actually wanting to go back home to your children and you have that softness in your heart, and on the other hand you have to do this really tough job. So how do you maintain that balance?
Yeah, I think the balance just comes there when, when you're a mom, you don't have to put on an act with your kids. You are what you are. I mean,
No, not with your kids, on the sets.
on the sets also I am what I am.
Oh,
So,
okay. Alright, thanks. Thanks.
The gentleman in the picture. There's a mic.
Hello, ma'am. Myself Fateh.
Kind of conflict and it's. Alright. The gentleman there.
for a minute I thought it was Shah Rukh, but okay. How was it directing her in Om Shanti Om? Well, she was rather raw, and she just looked beautiful, and she had a very expressive face, but her dialogue delivery was very bad, and her voice modulation, she had a very Karnataka accent, that which, so that was a bit of a problem. In fact, we had to dub a lot of her scenes in the film because it just sounded very bad. But now when I see her and how she has modulated her voice, I think it's somebody else who's come and do that. Because that's the most difficult thing to do, to change the way you speak.
In fact, I was going to ask you, what do you think she has evolved over the years now?
Why don't I just give you a phone number?
Alright, the gentleman, now you've had your question. Anyone else? Or the gentleman here again? You'd like to say something? Like here.
Ma'am, I want to know, out of the senior superstars, or the real superstars, and the newer lot, what is the difference that you observe?
What are the
Which
difference between
generation are you talking of? Which
You're
generation?
talking of the Shah Rukh Salman
Yes.
generation?
And the newer lot?
See, I'll tell you something. There is a great bond of emotion in the older generation. Okay? They may fight, they may become friends, but they will do that because there's genuine love. And now not only between Shah Rukh and Salman, but most of the actors of that time, of like 25 years ago. The newer generation is a bit disconnected from each other. They are very professional, they all come on time, they do their job and they are emotionless about it. And
which you think affects the performance, or is it okay?
Sorry?
Do you think it affects the performance, or is it okay to be disconnected?
No, that's how they are. I think that's how they are. They are not doing it out of love. Or they are much smarter. The others were still little bhola and they were doing it for emotional reasons. They still do that, you know. And even if they fight because there's love and you feel bad. They show their emotions. The younger ones, there will never be great friendships or great enmities in the younger lot because they're a bit clinical about their work.
But you must realize this answer, if you see all the generations, you spoke to Raj Kapoor and Devanand and Dilip Kumar, and they were speaking about Shashi Kapoor and Shami Kapoor, and if Amitabh and Dharmendra and Shatrughan Sinha were speaking about Shah Rukh, each of them would say the same thing. It changes over generations. It's very difficult when you have a new crop of people come along. It's difficult to judge them. It's too early to judge or pass any kind of favor. And it's easier to talk about the Salman Amir and Shah Rukh relationship than whoever are the new youngsters today. Yes, the gentleman behind you, if you could just give the microphone. Thank you.
Good evening, Farah and all the people here. Actually, my question is that as a choreographer, sometimes it is very difficult to direct a star who is not good in dance. So how you cope up this challenge?
See, a lot of time you get stars who are not good at dancing, but I think any good choreographer will always take what is good about them and not show the weaknesses. So if I have to shoot with Ajay Devgan, I will not make him do Hrithik Roshan ka steps. I will make him do something that he looks, it may not be the best choreographed dance, but he will look good doing it. So I think more or less when I do my songs, everyone tends to kind of look, no one's really look bad or, like dancing like Sunny Deol in that,
That's a
much as I love that step.
It's an essential part, Amitabh Bachchan was not a good dancer. He did certain dances based on, let's say, Bhagwan, and he kept to that. He knew, your limitations, and you then become
See,
a
you
master
have
of that.
to see what is good for the song and not want to show off your choreographic skills at all times.
Second question, may I ask you one question is that how you think Sajid as a director?
See, Sajid has his own way of making. There's a certain comedy that only he understands, and he's very good at it. If you see a Hey Baby or a Houseful or a Houseful 2, there's a mad comedy which slowly is going away, which was very popular even in Hollywood, whether it was Mel Brooks or Austin Powers, or there's a mad, Kishore Kumar used to do that earlier. So there's a certain, now I see there's an audience that looks down upon this type of comedy. Audience is not liking it, but from when we have grown up, we used to find it crazy and mad, and there's a certain type of movie that only he can make.
Any other questions? Gentleman with the beard and the lady in the front.
Hi ma'am, this is
Okay.
good evening ma'am, this is
Hi.
Kavita. Firstly, you have an amazing sense of humor.
Thank you.
And my question to you, I'm a professionally trained actor. My question in precisely what my mind is thinking right now is, you just said that you are not professionally trained. I want to know what are the hazards of being professionally trained.
The hazards, I guess. See, it's a good thing if you are being trained. If you go abroad and you're not trained, nobody will ever even call you for an audition. So it's like you have to be trained. But I think the hazards are that sometimes if you go by the book, then you will only go by the book. And you will only say, I can't do this because this is not allowed in this. So I think as an actor, There are so many who have not been trained at all and who are fabulous actors. So it has to come from within you. But I think going for a certain training, whether it's voice modulation or whether it's how to hold your body, that can only help you. But you can't be so, like I said, don't go like itna yehi karna hai because this is what has been taught to me. It's like, you know, they teach you grammar in school, but if you're a novelist, you'll write your own story. So they're teaching you the grammar of it. What you do with the grammar is up to you.
Next question.
My simple question is, classical, as Neville told you, Neville asked you, and one is Western classical.
Yes.
Means Philharmonic Orchestra harmonies are there, 7 harmonies.
Yes.
If those things to be incorporated in our Hindi movies,
Yes.
and would you like to have choreography on them?
See, actually, can I tell you that what is Bollywood dancing? It is actually, we take everything from everywhere, whether it is Indian classical, Western classical, salsa, Kathak, and we put it and we don't care as long as it's going on the beat and it's catchy. So Bollywood is actually, there is no such form. There's no one, what is this form of dance? It is being taken from everywhere. Bollywood is like America. It is full of immigrants.
But haven't we seen anything in the Hollywood movies, such kind of dancing now?
Sorry?
Such kind of dancing I have not seen in
Like
Hollywood
I just
movies.
said, because we don't have music like that. If you do like a classical movie or a period film, you will have that also. They want to make catchy and Bollywood.
Okay, let's hold the Xavier, the lady behind, then we'll come back to Xavier's in a minute. Oh, Peter.
Yes.
Sunil? Peter. Why are there so many mics to open up?
Many mics.
Good evening, ma'am. Myself, Devesh Vashesh. I just want to say womanhood. You're on the platform of womanhood, and you just said just a few minutes back only that you will make a movie on womanhood where you'll be taking two ladies as a lead role. Now there's a curiosity. I just would like to know, like, who you would like to take in your.
I will take whoever has dates. Yeah, that time who's giving me.
Is the criteria is the dates, or there's some kind of taste, or the new?
No, they have to be good actors also. Of course, they have to be good actors.
Okay.
See, this type of question gets us into a lot of trouble. Because we say we would like to take, and then the headline is they are already in the movie.
True.
So,
True. Thank you.
Thank you, Veda. The lady in the back in the pink, and then.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Zara. What I wanted to ask is that, is there any kind of a difference if it's a male director directing a film or a female director? Is there a certain kind of a difference in the entire film? What are the difficulties?
I see, 1 minute. If we remove the name out of, say, Mehuna or Happy New Year, or would you know it's a female director? You would not know, exactly. If you put Karan, if you remove Karan Johar's name from a movie, won't you think a female director made it? Like, there are things which are more women-centric in his movies than a male director's movie. So I don't think it's, everyone asks that you're being a woman, why do you make this kind of movie? But nobody asked Rohit Shetty this question, or nobody asked why he's making this kind of movie. So I think it's all in the mind. I don't think it has, a director, the gender has nothing to do with it. There are a lot of male directors who make great women-centric movies. Most of the women-centric movies that have come out have been made by male directors. Whether it's a Queen, whether it's a Kahani, what are the other one, whether it's a Piku, they've all been made by male directors. Whereas I'm making hardcore action movies like.
And if you obviously there's a different sensibility that comes, which only a woman can express at times, and a man has a different sensibility. But by and large, there's I think these questions are now not that relevant in the sense of you're first and foremost a creative person. Yeah, we are calling it quits. One last question, and then we will have a small rendition of Thriller, And let's have a question from the lady on the edge. Yeah. Xavier's has had enough questions.
Xavier, we want to do thriller now on the stage.
Yeah. Boliji.
Good evening. I'm actually not from a filmy background at all. I just happened to stumble accidentally into this theatre yesterday. I was planning to go for a walk. I said, let's see what is it all about. Yeah, and I was like, I just watched this Swedish movie. It was on yesterday for half of the movie, and I was stunned. The kind of talent, and it was gripping. And today when I'm here, because of yesterday, I was wondering what I was in for. This is a totally new world for me. I'm a totally academic.
And you have come on the last day of the festival, see.
I know.
You should have taken a walk one month ago.
And I just looked close by, so that's why I stumbled onto it.
So now 8:15 watch Om Shanti Om.
I watched it, but I want to say something because I'm an academician. And I've been always maybe never into movies and all. That I realize now that filmmaking is actually a science. It's an art, it's a science, the way you've studied it and the steps to it. Why don't you introduce this into school as a subject? Because you're the people who will teach the world.
They do have film schools. You should join one actually.
No, what I mean is normal schools. Why?
Normal schools.
Why? I'll tell you why. Because movies are the thing that influence this society the maximum, and the change you seek to bring in society will be from there. So if that subject is in school, every child will know that who wants to do it will know there's an avenue. Others we were like ignorant. And for the first time I'm realizing that it's like this because I've been only in academics. And the entire world is in academics. Everybody has to go to school. So if you start from there, this will be a
See, I don't want my children to get kicked out, so I'm not making this suggestion to
This is something that Oceanama's been working on
he's
for
working
years.
on it. Devil is actually working on it.
And
teaching a larger, not audience, learners.
And we can talk about this aspect later. It takes a lot of effort for the student system to bring in film studies. Film studies usually start from the age of 16 around the world. We've been trying to push it from 12. A lot of training is required not just for the teacher but also for the materials which take forward and the opportunity, the infrastructure. There are a lot of issues at stake. India is not fully ready for it yet. But in time it will happen.
Yeah, and I hope I will be there.
Let's call it a day. And let's thank Farha for... I've always told I should not say Farha. What should I say? Farha. I could never pronounce my R's as a child. I had buck tooth and I was always accused for rabbit and therefore probably that put in the R.
Sounds very Mexican.
And are we going to get a little thriller rendition or...
I don't know, everyone has to get up and...
where's the music lagao?
नहीं, मैं नीचे जा रही हूँ, wait.
Okay. So Farah Khan's masterclass was one of its kind, and I think I'm one of her biggest students, whom she doesn't know about, but definitely she would. And it's very inspiring to meet such a woman who is a mother, an actor, a director, a choreographer, and has come so far in her career. And I help but compare her to my mother, who was separated from my father and left at a very early age, but see her with the same kind of a positivity and a great great personality. I think this is very important for all the women to take such people as inspiration and understand that you can definitely manage your career and your family and 10,000 other things and always smile like Farah ma'am. So lovely experience. Thank you.
It's amazing to see Farah ma'am talk, and I think she has loads of experiences and years of hard work, and it definitely shows when she speaks about the creative art she's in.
Any particular question that you want to ask?
I asked her a question since I'm a professionally trained actor, so I just asked how training really helps, and she was really nice in answering it. Very good at it.
What kind of teacher she is, or what kind of human being she is?
Teacher?
I mean, the human being.
See, of course, you have to be an amazing person to be in creative art, and that shows on her face. The glow shows that.
Any upcoming projects of yours?
Yeah, I'm doing a film with Vivansha, Akshara Hassan, and Gurmeet Chaudhary, and it's slated to release in summer.
Okay, wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Wait. Really like that. Really like me too. I would like to ask you that how was the experience being here?
एक्चुअली फराह खान अपने आप में एक लेसन है. इनके कोरियोग्राफ से इतना मैं एडमायर होता हूँ हमेशा, और उनकी फिल्म्स तो आप सब लोग देखते ही हैं. उनके क्लास से बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, और मेरी कोशिश यही रहती है कि जब भी ऐसे कोई क्लासेस हो मैं अटेंड करूँ, और मैं हमेशा अटेंड करता हूँ. लेकिन फराह जी हमेशा मेरे स्पेशल रहे हैं, बिकॉज मी माई सेल्फ इज एन डांसर, एंड हमेशा उनके स्टेप्स देखकर मैं हम लोग कह सकते हैं कि हम बड़े हुए हैं. और मैं चाहता हूँ कि जो मैं फिल्म कर रहा हूँ उसमें भी एक बार मैं उनसे कोरियोग्राफ कराऊँ, और मैं प्रोड्यूसर से बात करूँ कि भाई आप इनसे कोरियोग्राफ करवाइए, बिकॉज ऐसे मास्टर जी मैंने एक सरोज जी थी और अभी एक फराह खान है. सो इट वाज रियली अमेजिंग लर्निंग हर एक्सपीरियंस, द वे दे शूट एंड ऑल. बहुत अच्छा लगा. वैसे ही आप जैसे ओम शांति ओम, इट्स अगेन सुपरहिट फिल्म. जो भी कुछ उन्होंने किया है अराउंड 80% आर सुपरहिट फिल्म्स. बट हाँ, अगर कुछ अलग करेगी होगा कि मैं कुछ अलग करूं, क्योंकि काफ़ी लोग आजकल अलग करने के, आज काफ़ी न्यू जनरेशन आ रहा है, तो 100% उनका भी कोई एक सोच होगी, और वो 100% कुछ ना कुछ सोच के साथ डेफिनेटली आपको देखने को मिलेगा कि फराह जी ने भी कुछ अलग किया. फराह जी हमेशा एक आइकॉन रहे हैं हम जैसे डांसर्सों के लिए, कि किस तरह उन्होंने एक अपनी लाइफ को उन्होंने बढ़ाया है एज अ नॉर्मल डांसर टू अ कोरियोग्राफर एंड टू अ बिग डायरेक्टर. तो ऐसा बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनकी ख्वाहिश रहती है कि यार हम पीछे डांस करते हैं, हम कैसे आगे आएंगे. तो शी इज़ द बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल. डोंट लूज योर होप्स एंड यू आर ऑलवेज देयर. हाँ, मेरे प्रोजेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं. 2 लफंगे, आई एम डूइंग वेरी गुड फिल्म कॉल्ड 2 लफंगे, और एक फिल्म है पागलपंती अगेन. दोनों कॉमेडी फिल्म्स हैं, और ये दोनों कॉमेडी फिल्म्स इसलिए मैं कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि अब तक मैंने जो भी किया है वो सस्पेंस थ्रिलर्स और अच्छा लग रहा है, बिकॉज माय मेन जॉनर जो मैंने स्टेज किए सारे कॉमेडी प्लेस से मैंने शुरुआत की थी, और ये भी एक अलग शुरुआत मेरी होगी इंडस्ट्री में. थैंक यू सो मच.
ओके, सॉरी. देखो, मैं यहाँ पे आया हूँ तो अच्छा इंस्पिरेशन हो गई हम लोगों की. फराह जी को जो देख के उन्हें इतना काम किया, इतने टाइम से 30 साल लगभग 30 साल से काम किया. तो और मुझे उनका बहुत फेवरेट ही गाना है जो मैं गाऊंगा आपके सामने. सारी इश्क की छाँव चल छैया छैया, सारी इश्क की छाँव चल छैया, सारी इश्क की छाँव चल छैया छैया, सारी इश्क की छाँव चल छैया, चल छैया 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 छैया, चल छैया 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 छैया, छैया 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 छैया, चल छैया 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 छैया. जिनके सर हो इश्क की छाँव, पाँव के नीचे जन्नत होगी. जिनके सर हो इश्क की छाँव, पाँव के नीचे जन्नत होगी. शाम रात मेरी कायनात, मेरा यार बड़ा छैया छैया, चल छैया 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 छैया, छैया 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 छैया, छैया 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 छैया, चल छैया 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 छैया. थैंक यू सो मच.
आपके आने वाले प्रोजेक्ट्स कुछ इंडस्ट्री में, और ये भी जानना चाहेंगे कि फराह मैम से कुछ ऐसी आप बात जानते हो जो आप हमसे शेयर करना चाहें, उनके सीक्रेट्स जो आपने उनसे पूछे हो?
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ सीक्रेट्स नहीं फराह मैम का. फराह मैम तो हमेशा हम तो इंस्पायर होते हैं उनसे, और उनका हमेशा जो उनकी मूवीज़ आती है, जो कोरियोग्राफी होती है या डायरेक्टर, जो अभी उन कोरियोग्राफ जो दिलवाले में भी आए थे, तो हम लोग बहुत एंजॉय करते हैं उनके काम को, और उनके काम से सीखते हैं, और उनके जो उन्हें स्ट्रगल किया इस इंडस्ट्री में जैसे आए, हम लोग उनको देख के हम लोग को हौसला मिलता है कि आपको ये ऐसे करना है, ऐसे मुश्किलों से चलना है, तो हम लोग उनको फॉलो